I'm hesitant right now to say anything other than welcome to the Pest Control podcast, simply because the last at least 2, if not 3 episodes, we've done 30-minute intros about, I don't necessarily think they're bad conversations.
What do you think the best cold opens of television are?
Ooh. I mean,
top five.
I mean, The Office has some really good ones. They would have at least one of the top 3 for me, if not multiple in the top 5. I don't know if I could pull one off the top right now.
I can definitely. When what's his name, Randall Park does Jim.
That is fantastic.
Was a good one.
That is a phenomenal one. I don't know. Did every episode of Breaking Bad start cold or start and then
a lot of them did.
Yeah.
I think I've had a change of heart on my favorite TV show of all time. I think it's switching a little bit.
What was it and was it now?
It was Breaking Bad, but I've been rewatching Sopranos and kind of thinking I might have. It's neck and neck.
Wait, why are you rewatching Sopranos? When did this start?
Just wanted to.
How far are you into that?
Halfway through season 2.
Fuck. I've never seen it. Do we need to do a fucking watch along? Do we need to do a little fucking?
It's so funny too. It's I forgot how funny that show is.
How many seasons is it?
5 or 6.
I feel like Dom's probably seen Sopranos.
I haven't watched all of Sopranos, honestly.
And I feel like
I will do a watch through.
Mike, have you seen Sopranos?
No, but I also don't care about The Sopranos. If you're gonna do a watch along, have fun.
Mike, it's like Italian anime.
Yeah, if I'm gonna watch an old HBO show, I'm gonna watch The Wire before I watch Sopranos.
But you gotta think about this. Mike. The Sopranos
I don't have to think about anything.
No, you don't. But The Sopranos is the reason why we have Breaking Bad and all these great TV shows. They fucking laid the foundation. The Wire was great, but no one really. The Wire didn't have the following that Sopranos had. Sopranos broke down doors.
You want to know why? Racism.
The Wire is good. I haven't finished it though, because the season that I got to on The Wire, I think, is notably the worst season of that show, where it kind of pivots from the Wire is the one about with Chalky.
Yeah,
but it's not. He's not Chalky in that. He's Chalky in Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. He's in The Wire.
Who is he? What's his character's name in The Wire? The actor's dead. I forget the actor's name.
The one who was a teacher on
Michael, maybe. Yes, he was a teacher in Community. Yeah, he has a lot of. What the fuck is his name? I know his name too.
Once you say it, I'll know it. But yeah.
But regardless, yes, he's great in The Wire. There's a season of The Wire where I think it switches to a focus on some different characters that are less important, and that's where I am. And I supposedly, from what I've heard, I just need to stomach through that because then it gets good again. So I think I'm on season 3 or 4. I don't fucking know. The Wire's good though, Mike. I don't know if you'd like The Wire though.
I don't know if I'd like The Wire, but I think I've heard enough good things about The Wire that I'd watch The Wire. I don't care about The Sopranos in any capacity. I have a million other shows I want to watch and would rather watch before Sopranos.
What? Name one.
Barry.
Yeah, watch Barry.
Yeah.
Watch Barry.
Oh, okay.
We're both okay.
Okay, I've got shows I want to watch that are good shows. When I hit the bottom of that list, I'll be oh, people talked about The Sopranos. I should probably watch that.
I think you might like The Sopranos. I think you'd be surprised. It's straight comedy.
I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Episodes.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like The Sopranos. I'm saying that I've got shows that I want to watch. I've got shows that have been recommended to me that I also want to watch. I've never got around to, and that there are shows that are recommended to me and I don't care about. And I'm not going to pretend to care about it.
Barry's
Sopranos,
a super easy watch.
Ted Lasso. I'm sure there are other shows that you guys have talked about that I'm just yeah, I don't care.
You should watch.
I know Doctor Who's not on that list.
Doctor Who is just Doctor Who. I will continue to not watch purely out of spite.
Mike, there are 2 paths right now you have. You can either we're gonna do a podcast watch along of Sopranos or a podcast watch along of Doctor Who. So you got 2 paths.
Mm-hmm.
For your own time, you might want to pick The Sopranos.
I can just fucking quit. I don't need to be here.
Mike, you just spark.
There is my third path.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Mike. I'm not gonna watch The Sopranos either. Unless Dom does. If Dom does, then I'll start watching it.
I mean, I I can.
All right. I'm in.
There you go.
Back to cold opens. I
Mhm.
just looked through a quick list. The I Want It That Way of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I never watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
And
you should watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Blah, blah, blah. Let's do a watch-along,
Mike, when you
guys.
suggest things, Mike, look at me. I'm fucking. They call me fucking Tatsuki Fujimoto, fucking god right now.
I
Actually,
pray that we
did you
don't.
tell me to watch Chainsaw Man? I don't even know if you did.
Mike, I'm
probably
watching
didn't.
through One Piece. You can watch through The Sopranos, all right?
I didn't tell you to watch One Piece.
Mike, Sopranos is basically Italian One Piece.
Okay, but
Yeah,
I've already watched.
They're pirates.
I've already watched One Piece, so like I don't need to
It's
rewatch
like,
it.
It's like Italian
Italian.
Demon Slayer, Mike.
I don't want to watch Demon Slayer.
But you want to watch Italian Demon Slayer.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
I don't. Okay, now Todd's selling me on something. Now Todd's cooking.
Like, what are you gonna do when they add Tony Persano skins to fucking Fortnite?
Oh man, that would be.
If
like
they
the
add
best
Tony
thing ever.
Pisano or whatever you said, I'd consider it. If they're adding Tony Soprano, I don't need to. What are you gonna do? You're gonna buy Tony. You're gonna buy his therapist. You can buy.
His voice thing would be like heavy breathing while he's eating some prosciutto.
he just sits down as like eating.
They'd have to
He's
add
yelling-
Bada
he's yelling-
Bing to the fucking map, though.
he's-
If there's
he's
no
yell-
Bada
he's
Bing on the
yelling at-
map, I don't want it.
He's yelling at Carmela because there's no turkey in the fridge at fucking 2 a.m.
That's the emote only if you win the match, though. You got to get a victory royale for that one. Anyway,
No, the emote you play when you win is just the game immediately just goes to black.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Google best cold open all time. I don't know. According to just Google, the top 3 are Office, and then 4 and 5 are Parks and Rec.
It's Always
I was
Sunny has a
considering
lot of good ones.
Yeah, it always does have a bunch of good ones.
Let's see. We got a Reddit thread here. Which show has perfected the art of the cold open?
I would every episode of It's Always Sunny starts with a cold open, and generally they're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Uh,
And the
the
cold
Beats
open's always
Battle Star
tied to
Galactica one,
their
too.
cold open's always tied to
Tied
the
to the-
episode for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do enjoy a good cold open though. Cold opens.
Beers Beats Battlestar Galactica was a cold open, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, early Office had a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure was Jello Stapler also a cold open, or is that middle of an episode?
That was the pilot. I don't remember if that was the cold open.
Yeah.
Oh, if that was the pilot, then
That
it
was
might
the
have
first
just been in the
episode.
episode.
Community has a bunch too, like with Dean rapping and
With-
like,
yeah,
there's,
with
like,
Dean.
Yeah,
there's-
Community's good.
another
I mean,
Dylan.
well, you know what? Community has. I don't know of
They have
many
a
other
lot.
TV shows that do what Community did. Community had like cold ends.
Yes, yeah.
Like they had post credit scenes. I don't think they're actually post credits though, but they were after like the plot of the episode.
Yeah, they had stingers, or what you would ever. I don't know what you'd call them. I wanted to reference a show other than Rick and Morty because I would say Rick and Morty also did it, but it was also Dan Harmon, so
Yeah, so that's like his.
that check might be his thing. But I
Does
think there are
New
other
Girl
shows.
have cold openings?
New Girl had
Yes.
them, yeah, probably after.
But I don't remember any of them.
I don't know if they did in the early seasons because there is early seasons they still had a full intro and then they dropped that.
Yeah.
They did. They did cut the opening a little bit, but I think they still had a cold open before.
Yeah, well, they cut the open from like her walking, singing a song to just like
song.
them
Who's that girl?
just putting up New Girl like
Yeah.
next to her or something, or whatever it was.
The list I was looking at had the Prince episode as one of the cold opens. I don't remember what the cold open for
I
that
don't know
episode
what
was.
the,
though.
yeah, I
I don't
don't know what
either.
the open
Yeah.
is. Yeah, I mean, the first Troy and Abed was probably a stinger, probably not a cold open.
It was a stinger.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like 2 or 3 raps, obviously like Biblioteca, but I think they did it at least one more time with Betty White, and then maybe one more after.
Yeah, but I think those were all.
End of episodes.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, that'd be a good future topic to take note of. I don't know if there are things you're watching. I mean, I'm watching. I guess you could call. Well, I don't know. Would it be called a cold open in Seinfeld when it's Jerry fucking doing stand up? It's not really a cold open.
No, because the
logo flashes.
Seinfeld comes up first. That's
Yeah, if anything, that's it. Yeah, it's just the
just
opening.
the intro to the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They did do stingers, actually, though, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, almost every episode, if not every episode. Yeah. They would do, like, a commercial break. It would, like, this episode would end with, like, whatever the first text is. If it's, like, Executive Producer Larry David or whatever the fucking first text is, commercial break. And then it would come back to some other episode-related plot joke. Like, you know, whatever it may be. Fucking Kramer, like, dropping a fucking pizza on his head or something. Like, it would always be related to the episode. Like, I don't know. They're usually pretty funny. And then it could, and then everyone, you know, audio laugh track comes in, all that stuff. Anyways, no, it's not happening again. Welcome, everyone, to the Path to Control podcast.
I was like waiting.
A show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes we talk about the best television cold opens. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Saturday evening is the anime senpai himself, Mr. Michael Desir. Mike, how are you tonight? That's fair. That's honestly a better response than I expected. Also joining us, of course, is the fucking trilogy Toddy by nature. Toddy. I don't know. Trilotod?
You had all day to think about this.
I didn't. I really didn't. I did not think about the podcast once today. Not one single time. I was a busy guy.
That's not true.
I was a busy guy. It's very true.
That's not true. You literally texted the group. Like, this should be a fucking episode.
Run back the tape. We lost literally all the viewers we had after we did the intro.
They only care about the cold open stuff.
Open,
yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Every episode is a cold open. I love it. Todd, how are you doing tonight?
Struggling. The whole family's struggling.
Damn.
I
hate to hear it.
Yeah. Sick house over here.
Stay away.
Right.
Get better. And then rounding us out, of course, is the Disney daddy himself, Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
Speaking of sick house, every episode had a cold open.
Every episode did have a cold.
To tell you what the plot of the episode was going to be.
Well, to show you who's sick.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it tells you.
I've never seen House
you
ever.
The lead up to the case.
House was Mike's jam. Mike was all about House.
Dom and I both liked.
We were like medical students in college.
Yeah, between House and
Scrubs and House.
I was gonna say that was
between Scrubs and House, you would think that we cared about medicine. We didn't.
Did Scrubs have cold opens?
I think they
Yes.
did.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, does every show just have cold opens?
Here's the thing, and someone needs to fact check it. It's not gonna be me because my keyboard and my screen are just in an art angle. Cold open specifically, aren't they specifically opens that have nothing to do with the rest of the episode?
No, I believe it's just
just takes place before the
scene
intro.
Before the title card.
Okay.
Webster's Dictionary defines, I'm just kidding. Wikipedia says a cold open is a narrative technique used in television and films. It is the practice of jumping directly into a story at the beginning of the show before before the title scene. Yeah,
the title card.
Yeah, that's it. In the early 1960s, a few American series used cold opens in half-hour situation comedies. Almost never made use of them prior to 1965. Many American series that ran from the early 1960s through the middle years of the decade, even sitcoms, adopted cold opens in later seasons. However, beginning in the late 50s, several dramatic series, notably such Warner Brothers shows 77 Sunset Strip, would cold open with an attention-grabbing scene from the middle of the episode, which would repeat when the story arrived at that point.
I kind of remember seeing that being used in some shows.
Yeah, I feel like other shows did that too, yeah.
Cold opens became widespread in American television by the mid-1960s. Their use was an economical way of setting up plot without having to introduce the regular characters or even the series synopsis, which would typically be outlined in the title sequence itself. British producer Lou Grade's many attempts to break into the American market meant that various shows he was involved with incorporated the cold open. Later, many British action-adventure series employed the format, such as The New Avengers from 76 to 77 and The Professionals from 77 to 81.
Dom's just waiting for them to say Doctor Who.
I was waiting for it.
I was going to ask, does Doctor Who have them or no?
I am actually trying to think of it. I believe that most of the new series does. Actually, no. Now I don't know. I can't picture the scene before the opening credit. I don't know.
Um,
But when you brought up the 60s and 70s, Cheers did a lot too.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, this article, I mean, again, it's Wikipedia, so it is what it is. But makes it seem like pretty much from the mid 60s on, almost every show that wanted to stay competitive did it. According to this, it says current uses in television. Under news, it says most American news shows, including on channels providing 24-hour news coverage, use cold opens to introduce a summary of the stories covered in that edition.
Right.
Dramas, cold opens are common in science fiction dramas and crime dramas in the U.S. Does your shit, Mike, do cold
Of
opens?
course, as for you, much like
Yeah, it's the
House or
service
any
house. It sets up
or any
what's going to happen in the
procedural,
episode.
yeah,
Okay.
you need to pin the entire episode around a crime or a
And
sickness.
it's like you said, Brendan. Like it introduces characters that you're going to watch in the episode without like introducing.
Yeah.
Like you don't actually have to do an introduction.
CSI Miami, you got to do the whole sunglasses. Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't remember which one Miami was. I was just going to go with.
I think that's the right one.
Fuck,
Yeah.
now you guys make me want to rewatch Cheers.
All right.
Man,
So
Cheers
on-
is
we're doing a
so good.
series rewatch.
It's on Hulu.
And Fraser too, because I'm a huge Fraser fan. I don't know if you guys.
I don't know. I don't understand the Frasier love. People love Frasier.
Oh, really? You like Fraser? Fraser was so good, and I expected not to like Fraser.
What are the best spin-off of TV shows?
Ooh.
I mean, are
There's
there,
an idea.
are there like enough that
Frasier.
are good worth
Frasier.
like
I don't know.
putting
That's-
Frasier?
I brought up Frasier. That's why.
Yeah.
That's where it came.
Enough that are
Uh,
good though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy. I definitely had a couple more in my head.
there was
The
an attempt.
Jeffersons?
There was an attempt.
Simpsons,
They
I
considered a
guess.
spin-off?
I guess. you
No, the
could consider
Jefferson.
spin-off.
I said the Jeffersons.
Better Call
Oh.
Saul.
Yeah, Better Call Saul. There you go. That is probably the goat.
Yes.
The Office tried to do one. They did a pilot of the Dwight spinoff show
Yeah, it was
in
terrible.
a season of The Office, and it was not good.
Yep.
Mayans.
Mayans?
Hmm?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know.
It was a spin-off of Sons of Anarchy. I'm pretty sure.
The Walking
Oh.
Dead has two.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead has like 8.
It does. It has more than two.
I mean, would you call what would you call Fear
Fear?
the Walking Dead?
I
Would you call
it
that a spinoff?
Yeah,
Okay, so we got that one.
Oh, you got
we
Young
talked about this
Sheldon.
recently.
we did 2 episodes ago. We
do.
talked about Walking
Yeah.
Dead for a long time.
So yeah, Fear the Walking Dead. There was the one that's like an anthology series. I forget what it was called. I remember it had like Terry Crews. It seemed like it was more comedic in nature. We got the Daryl show. We got the Maggie and Negan show.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Just
about
so
the
I can think
Daryl
of
show.
Yeah.
So
Daria.
Daria's a spinoff?
Yeah, he's from Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, I didn't know that. How is it a spinoff from that? Does she go to the same school as Beavis and Butthead?
Think so, right?
I don't think so.
Am I wrong?
Nah, I don't think that makes sense to me. But what do I know?
Jen.
Ooh.
I was gonna say something else. I just had a spinoff in my head.
Jen, is Daria a spinoff of Beavis and Butthead? All right. Yeah, Jen said yes. She loves Daria, so I knew she would know the answer to that. Dramas, cold opens.
Oh, I remember. I was gonna say the Cleveland show. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Is that show still on?
No.
Is American Dad still do new episodes?
Yes.
Does
Is it
Family
really
Guy still do
still,
new
like, real?
episodes?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't. That's how much I don't watch any of that shit. Why did the Cleveland show stop? It just did not get viewership.
My name
I
is
meant-
Cleveland Brown. Yeah, they just put all the characters back onto Family Guy. They sent
Yeah.
they
Oh,
sent the
they-
bear onto
they-
Family Guy at some point.
They left,
really?
like Cleveland left Family Guy, like wasn't a recurring character
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a recurring character on his own show.
interesting. All right, let's run through this quick, and then let's see. We got U.S. TV show forgo standard cold open at the midway point of a 2-part episode or during a special
Or back to
episode.
cold opens.
Vince Gilligan has, I just kind of want to read the rest of this, has been declared undisputed master of the cold open in multiple reviews, detailing particular episodes of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. It talks about some Australian drama series, McLeod's Daughters. Soap operas, apparently experimented with it and experimented not doing it, but looks like now they all do. Comedies, I guess, yeah, I mean, I feel like I kind of associate the term cold open with Saturday Night Live. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
I don't know if they've always done cold opens, but I don't have no idea.
Well, I don't know. I don't know enough about early Saturday Night Live to know if they always had a sketch that ended with "And live from New York, it's Saturday night." But
We should be did.
All right, series watch through. We're gonna do it. One of the most well-known uses of the technique, SNL has regularly used cold open sketch since its start in 1975. So there you go. Not always, but it regularly did. Many modern American sitcoms used cold open, such as The Office, Home Improvement, Big Bang Theory, Two and a Half Men, Parks and Rec. Another well-known use of cold open is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Many other comedy formats use it. And then apparently several American children's shows use cold open, such as Animaniacs, The Upside Down Show. I don't know what that is. Pokemon, for example, uses the techniques to set up the main conflict or plot of the episode. Oh yeah, I guess Pokemon fucking always did cold opens because it would like do the intro, I think a little bit of the show, and then it would be like, "Let it snow, Runt." Like it would like cut to a screen that was like the title of the episode. I think. I don't know. Anyways, we don't need to keep reading through cold opens. There you go.
I just wanted to quickly bring up pretty much a lot of animated Adult Swim shows because Aqua Teen, Harvey Birdman, they all had things that happened before the intro.
I know. I just watched all of Chainsaw Man. Does anime usually typically do cold opens? I don't know now.
I would say they probably. I think it's one way or the other. Some shows just start with the intro. Some of them do have like a thing that will happen, and then they'll go into the opening.
Brendan,
depends
watch
on the
Edge
show.
Runners now. If you watch Chainsaw Man, watch some Edge Runners. That's a freaking quick watch.
Edge Runners is on my list. I don't need to have played the game to enjoy that, right? Okay.
Nope. It probably explains the game better to you if you were going to go back and play the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think I will. Like, I probably won't touch Cyberpunk again this year. Like, I won't attempt to go back to it this year, especially because like everyone's gonna be playing the expansion anyway, and I'm not gonna start with the expansion. I don't even know if that's an option to start with the expansion, but I wouldn't start there.
Yeah.
I would rather just start the game over because I'm not that far into the game. I think I would rather just like start the game fully over. I feel like it makes no sense for me to pick up wherever I left
Yeah,
off.
definitely not.
I think I'm playing on like the harder difficulty too, so I'd probably just honestly bump the difficulty down to like medium and just kind of breeze in. Yeah, I don't know. That went. How did we get back to cold opens? Didn't we move on from that? What the fuck happened?
Not really.
Yeah, you brought it back. You were just reading still, so. I was actually trying to remember. There's definitely a movie that I saw recently where the entire movie went without doing the title card, and then it did the title card at the end. So technically, the entire movie was a cold open.
I know I've seen a movie like that before because I know I made the joke. Like once the movie ended, they showed the title card. I go like, "Oh, that was this movie."
Mm-hmm. Lost, I think always did a cold open too.
Someone will have to fact check that. I didn't watch Lost.
Because I think
I believe it.
I think it would do something, and then the screen would go black, and like the Lost logo would like be all fucking like tilted, and it would be like, "Wow."
We got to go back.
Yeah, I miss Lost. I'll rewatch Lost. Mike, watch Lost.
No.
Lost, you would like, Mike. Lost, you would like.
Yeah, probably. Actually, no. I think at this point, because I know what I know about the show, I think I would go in there and just know that all of my questions that I would get invested in, I will not get satisfactory answers.
That's true.
But even without that, like even that part aside, like, I don't want to spoil Lost right now because I think if you're listening to this and you haven't watched Lost, like I don't know if that show looks interesting to you, I think it's still worth watching simply because I do think that like some of the character stories and like the acting is not bad. Like I think that there's still good things about that show, even if you don't like the ending. Which like
I feel like season 1, the acting was a little iffy at the beginning, but like
I wouldn't say the acting was anything incredible throughout the series.
It got better though. Like there was better
it definitely got better.
like, yeah.
But like there are just things about certain character arcs and like stuff in that show that I think are still like I don't think it's just all garbage because the ending is not great. Like I don't know, both Todd and Dom watch Game of Thrones and like being further removed away from the end of Game of Thrones now, like however you felt about the ending aside, you like would you still recommend I watch Game of Thrones at some point?
Definitely.
Like it's still worth watching, you think?
Yep.
That is a spinoff.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's another one, House of Dragon.
Yep, House of Dragon.
Dang, spin-offs. Gotta make that money. Gotta keep the machine oiled up and running.
We were supposed to get a Jon Snow spinoff too.
We were.
Did that just get canceled?
I don't know.
Well, I have a feeling he ain't going to be doing much for Marvel anytime soon.
Yeah, right?
If
Yeah.
ever. So maybe he wants to get back on that money train and grab some Game of Thrones money. So this whole thing kind of started because, as Dom alluded to, yes, I did. Spoiler. I texted the group saying this should be the podcast tonight. I had finally
Not that this should be the podcast.
not this, but a similar conversation. I think last week or earlier this week, Todd finally got to watch Across the Spider-Verse, and I finally got to watch it last night. And that movie's phenomenal. Like, I fucking love that movie. I thought that movie was so good, and the art and animation in the first movie is so good, and
It surpasses it somehow.
it's
wow.
ridiculous how just much, because like it's also kind of insane to me that for like a major motion animated film of this caliber, that like obviously the first one, people lauded it because of the animation. Everything else aside, was really great about it, but like because of the animation techniques and styles and stuff. I think for the first movie they created a fucking animation style, or it was like a new animation style,
Something like that.
and in this one it's like they do so many different things in there, and there are just like legitimate scenes and set pieces where it's like, and I loved it, where it's like the characters on the screen are the only like prominently drawn things, and then the rest of the scene is like watercolor bleeding into the characters, like animation, and the backgrounds are all just like very like they're not like detailed drawn, like they're in a bedroom, so like here's everything fucking drawn. It's just like paint splat. It's just I don't know, it's so pleasing visually to watch. And I'm happy that they were able to like do those things that I wouldn't typically attribute to like a major motion picture that's an animated film, like them doing those types of things. And maybe again because of the success of the first one, it gave them that creative freedom to do those types of things. But oh man, it's fucking eye candy. I loved that movie. Like I already kind of want to watch it again.
I've already watched it 3 times, but even the Gwen parts, like when she's like in her room talking to her dad, the way like
that's literally
like,
what I'm thinking of when I'm saying this. Like some of Gwen's scenes are like some of the best scenes animation wise in the movie.
So cool.
So good.
I hold the first one to such a high regard too, and I wasn't expecting to like. I'm like questioning if I like this more than the first one, which is like crazy to me.
I think I like this one better than the first one. It just takes the first one and makes the first one, which is fantastic. I would call that a 10 out of 10 film. Like this just takes that 10 out of 10 and does more with it and elevates it even more. But all that being said, that's where we got to the conversation of Todd had said, depending on what that third movie looks like, this is in the running to be potentially his favorite trilogy of all time. So it got the group going a little buck wild earlier today about movie trilogies. So I figured that would be a good thing for us to chat about tonight. But before we do that, a couple of quick housekeeping things. The PDC Movie Club pick for August was Mike's pick, and it is La La Land. So if you want to hear us talk about La La Land by the end of the month, make sure you watch that film. We will talk about it towards the end of August. A couple other quick housekeeping things. A couple of drink videos up and on the website. If you want the recipes, check those out over on our YouTube channel or over at passthecontroller.io. And I think those are the big things. Of course, this episode is sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore of Massachusetts on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, you want yourself something hot, sweet, and tasty, fresh out of the oven, head on down to 1 Washington Square or open up goodnightfatty.com and get yourself a delivery. And I promise you will not be disappointed by these treats. Anyways. So, I didn't contribute a lot to the actual conversation. Simply because I was thinking about like what the fuck would I consider my like favorite trilogies? Do any of you have like definitive this is my favorite trilogy, or these are my like top 3 trilogies movie wise?
I don't think so.
Like I would have said Lord of the Rings, but then Dom made the point that like that's an adapted thing, and that changes the metrics maybe a little bit. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I suppose in the like you can make that argument. I wouldn't fight against if you said Lord of the Rings is the best trilogy. I'd be like, okay. Even if it's adapted from books, I guess the books were just 3 really good books.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say?
I don't know. Never read them. Couldn't tell you. I'm sure they're fun.
Yeah, I didn't think you did.
Yeah, I mean, it also gets dicey too, like because as Dom alluded to in our conversation earlier, like Matrix would definitely be a candidate, but you know, since that trilogy has been, you know, no.
I mean, I define this. Yeah,
the third movie is bad, but the first two.
I think the second one's really good.
The first two are so good that like.
The first one's so good. The second one's
I
pretty
think 2 is really good.
The third one's
okay. But I think the first one's
which one ends
with
him fighting Agent Smith like fucking like Goku fighting fucking Superman? Is that the third movie?
That's the third one.
Yeah, it's the third one. No, the first one's when he keeps on doing that throat punch over and over again. He keeps on just doing that.
Yeah. Wait, that's the end of the first one?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought the third one ended with him like
in the rain.
He goes up to like the thing and like gets his eyes back, and then he goes back and fights Agent Smith. That's what happens. I don't.
Yeah, he gets plugged into their system and goes fights them in like the system. Yeah,
okay.
That's the third one.
Yeah.
The second one's the one with Sean William Scott.
Yes.
I don't even remember Sean William Scott in that movie.
Because he's talking about the MTV Movie Awards.
Oh, okay. All right. Best MTV Movie Awards skits for movies.
Ben Stiller, Mission Impossible. And
Todd had one ready to rip. I couldn't
name
one
if you
that
is easy.
For $1 million right now, I don't think I could name one outside of the 2 that you just said. And I could not have named those prior to you saying them. So
was Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Robert Downey Jr. doing Midnight Train to Georgia? Was that MTV Movie Awards? I had to look that up now.
I don't remember that one. I was trying to think of a different one, but I think that was Conan O'Brien at the Emmys. So
yeah, I got Conan doing like intros to him, like being on a million TV shows as an intro to the Emmys is incredible. I watch that clip like at least once a year. It's so good. When he fucking climbs out of the ceiling and he's in the office, it's so good.
It was.
He does the fucking he does the mockumentary camera and he's like brushing his hair back like do you think she noticed me? When he ends up on the Lost Island and he fucking builds a fucking hair dryer to get his hair back. It's just like ridiculous shit.
Classic Conan.
Oh, it's not MTV whatever this was.
And like I never watched 24. I probably never will. But when he ends that part of the fucking that intro with he's like on the phone with that lady, and he ends it by going keep her, and he runs away. I don't know. It's just like fucking
24
ridiculous.
was great for like the time it came out. Like I was like me and Amanda were obsessed with that show. It was
I know
good.
people that love that. Like Jeff fucking loved 24. I feel like
Jeff
that was his jam.
Loved 24.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
I've never seen an episode of that show, so I don't know.
I don't know if it would hold up. I don't know.
So best trilogies. Where are we at here?
I don't know. Like Dom, when we were talking earlier, I know Dom mentioned Back to the Future 3, but I actually like Back to the Future 3. So like I would still consider it in my top.
3 has grown on me. Before it was my least favorite. Now it's
I get why people wouldn't like it though, because like you have all the futuristic shit and then just throwing it into like a fucking Wild West kind of thing, and I get why like it would ruin it for some people.
It was also quite obviously the second half of a movie. Like they filmed the second 2 movies together, so it was obvious that like you weren't watching complete films.
Yeah,
for part.
Yeah.
But I mean, part 2 legitimately ended on a cliffhanger. Much the same way, Matrix 2 ended on a cliffhanger. They liked doing that. When you had a good movie, you'd make 2 sequels, and you'd break it up in half.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Across the Spider-Verse.
Transformers.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I was gonna say something, and then I stopped myself from saying it, and then I thought, you know what? Okay,
No, go ahead.
no, I'm
What do you
gonna
got?
I'm gonna say it differently. So I was gonna say I love The Dark Knight, and that movie's great. I don't really care for Batman Begins, and I have never had, and maybe I should just watch Dark Knight Rises again. But I've never had an interest in watching that movie again, like since that movie came out. Like I've never gone back and like, you know what, I should watch this. Where Dark Knight, of course. So with that in my head, I was like, okay, if I feel that way about the other two movies, but Dark Knight I think is such a great movie, would I put that as a great trilogy and then kind of make the comparison with The Matrix, where it's like I love Matrix 1 and 2, third one. No, actually, I don't even know if I would say I love 2. Matrix 1 is great. I don't know if I say I would love 2. So, like, does that put it in the same category for me? And then I was like, you know what? Actually, maybe it just means I like those singular movies, and as trilogies, they are not good trilogies. Like, they're not good trilogies.
Yeah,
Right?
except Batman
Sounds
Begins is
good to me.
phenomenal. So
Yeah, Batman Begins is good.
Is it
like
phenomenal,
Dark Knight
though?
Rises.
Is it phenomenal?
Yes.
I don't know. Phenomenal?
yes.
Todd, back me up here. We've had this
Todd
conversation.
doesn't like any of the movies.
No, he loves
say
Dark
this
Knight.
I'll say this
He
about
earlier
Batman
said he doesn't
Begins.
like the Nolan Batman movies.
Todd?
Yeah.
Well, Todd doesn't like Nolan anymore. But
Shut up.
Todd,
He just
Todd,
loves- he just
Todd
loves,
dressed up
Ledger's
as the Joker to go to
Joker.
Dark Knight.
Yeah, that would have gone over great. Oh no, for Rises. Fucking I liked Begins, and I actually think Begins I shit on fucking Nolan because his fight choreography sucks, and like it's way better in probably because he's not in the suit in that movie.
I'm not
wearing hockey pads.
That's Dark Knight.
But like
isn't it?
I haven't seen Batman Begins in so long. I remember
Yeah.
enjoying it, but I wasn't a huge fan of like. I feel like it was in some ways boring. But that's just me talking.
I would
haven't
need to
seen it in
rewatch
probably,
it
like,
too. I have
10
not
years.
seen it in a long time.
I think once he becomes, I think maybe I didn't like the Scarecrow in it. I liked the idea of what the Scarecrow was and everything, but I wasn't a huge fan of that bad guy in it. I liked the Ra's al Ghul side of things, but and I love the ending of the movie. But I don't know. I just never thought to go back and felt like I needed to watch any minus the Dark Knight. And I watched Dark Knight Rises over again, and I thought
I
I
like
really.
the movie.
Listen. That movie has some amazing scenes. That opening scene is phenomenal. There's a
Cold
lot of
open.
great scenes in that movie. Yeah, cold open. There's a lot of great stuff in that movie, but there's a lot of stuff that bothers me with that movie too. But that's also, I don't think Nolan could have. I mean, he was fucked with how Ledger died and like.
Yeah,
they
he
put-
had to
they-
take a veer.
huge. Yeah, he had to figure something out like on the fly while they're making
Yeah.
a trilogy. So like, it was one of those things where I don't know.
I
don't know.
I mean, listen, I have not watched Batman Begins in a long time. I've probably watched Batman Begins more recently than I've watched Dark Knight Rises, but I could.
I like the Batman
I could,
more than I like Batman
those
Begins.
two could use a rewatch for me at some point soon. I feel like I could. My opinion may change on those rewatching them. If we want to wait 2 years, it'll be the 20. I think it's the 20th anniversary of Batman Begins in 2 years, so we could do a fucking,
Fucking old.
mark your calendar.
Yeah, we are fucking ancient.
We will not remember.
Did you, Tom? Did you like the Batman?
I did.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen
See,
it.
I think I used to watch that.
It was a different movie, though. It was a different movie than those
different,
movies.
way different. Yeah, no, and I get that. Yes, I mean, we'll see how where that one goes, but
I didn't like Batman versus Superman. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a bad movie.
Is that
it was a
trilogy?
very bad movie.
It is a trilogy. Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Justice League is a trilogy.
Interesting. Well, I'll put that at the bottom of the list for me.
It's not a good trilogy. I like Man of Steel a lot, but I'm not
I
going
do
to
too.
rank that as a top trilogy.
No,
Oh,
definitely
you know
not.
what's probably a good trilogy, but I can't speak to it because I've only seen the first movie. Whatever those fucking Planet of the Apes movies were.
Yes.
No, those
they
are
were.
the first two.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the last one,
Yeah.
but the first two are amazing.
They were good. Yeah.
I brought up the Jersey trilogy too, but I don't even know if kind of like with the Cornetto trilogy. I don't know if the Jersey trilogies, Clerks, Mallrats, and Chasing Amy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's considered a trilogy or if it's kind of.
Doesn't Clerks have a trilogy at this point?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly
Clerks,
right.
yeah.
So it's like and then the Cornetto trilogy is like another one where I'm like, is it really a trilogy? Because it's like
Yeah.
it's got same
Wait,
actors.
which one? Which one?
Cornetto
It's a
trilogy.
Hot Fuzz. Fucking
Yeah, but
Shaun
I
of the
mean, I
Dead
feel like
and-
that's commonly referred to as a trilogy. I feel like you could make
Yeah.
the
It is,
argument that it's
because
a
it's-
trilogy.
It is because it's the same group of people making 3 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's just like a,
it's
like
not
a
a story.
it's a meta
It's
trilogy.
not a story.
I think the
Yeah.
most consistent trilogies though might be
Star
the
Wars.
Naked Gun, and fucking Austin Powers might be the most consistently across the board as far as like quality of movies.
I meant to look it up. Is there not a 4th Austin Powers movie?
No, they never made one. That's
That's
crazy to me.
wild to me. And I kind of listen. Like I like Mike Myers and I love Austin Powers. And
Oh, that new show he was in was amazing.
if you were to ask me before that show came out, like, yes, make a new Austin Powers movie. After that Netflix show, I don't know. Like, I would still watch it if they made it. I watched it because it was
I
Mike
said you
Myers.
are the only. Yeah, right.
It was just not good. It was so bizarre, and it was just not.
You watched
good.
it. You watched a show that Mike Myers made, and you were like, "This show's going to be awesome." I watched Austin Powers, and you forgot that he's made stuff since Austin Powers,
Austin
and it
Powers.
I mean,
wasn't
I
good.
I guess that's
The Love
true.
Guru too.
Well,
Yeah.
so okay, let me pull back for a second. I was excited that Mike Myers was back because I feel like he hasn't done stuff
Yeah.
in a while. So I was like, oh shit, maybe he's he's been dormant for a bit. He's got to have some good material stashed in his brain. This wasn't it. A lot of poop jokes and not funny
Yeah.
poop jokes.
Sounds.
I'm literally not surprised.
Well, how do we feel about John Wick? Jonathan Wick.
Well, now it's a 4th movie.
How many movies are
No,
there?
it's a 4th man.
Yeah.
Nah, I
That
guess
would've
it's
been
four
my
movies
top
now.
pick.
That's the problem. Is that
So-
like the Matrix? Like they ruined the trilogy.
So that's what I'm like. I haven't watched John Wick 4 yet. Actually, I need to change that. Fuck, I keep forgetting that's like available for me to watch now.
Yeah, you know,
JW4?
rents it out, too.
JW4 baby. Without spoiling anything, I'm assuming for that it is the case. But like John Wick 4 is a continuation of 3, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, right where 3 ends off. Yeah.
So I guess in that
Yeah.
regard, it's like, yeah, you can't really
Honestly,
call those movies a
yeah, I'm
trilogy
thinking he's
anymore.
back.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah,
Like-
what made me think of that was talking about Mike Myers and saying he's back. I was like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. You could. I almost feel as though you could remove John Wick 1 and then look at 2, 3, and 4 as a trilogy.
Yeah, but are
Blasphemy.
people gonna do like? Is that gonna?
People aren't going to do that.
Yeah.
People aren't going to do that, and it's not like useful for this
Oh,
conversation. But
I
part of
think
me
1 might
feels
still
like
be
that.
my favorite too. There's just so many fucking great scenes, and there's great scenes in
It's
all
just
of
a
them.
good.
but-
It's just a good series.
Yeah.
John Wick is just good. Like
you
I
gotta watch
I'm
more.
so
You
blown
gotta watch
away
more.
that I don't typically care for action movies, and John Wick is fucking my shit. But like, so in that same breath though, like I still feel like for a trilogy conversation, specifically because that's how these movies were kind of conceived, even though they're part of a larger saga, I still feel like you can talk about the Star Wars films as their trilogies and like use that, even though they are telling a broader story connected. I feel like they are really their own trilogies as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know of a lot of other series that have that. Like I wouldn't say that about Marvel as a whole. I think you could make that argument with Guardians because those characters' movies, like those 3 Guardians movies, are definitely, I would say, more connected to that group and that cast and growth of those characters. Whereas I don't know if I would specifically say that about any of the other sequels within the MCU.
Iron Man.
I think Iron Man probably is.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
trying to.
self-contained now.
I
I'm
don't
trying
know
to
about
decide
Thor
if
though. I don't think Thor.
trying-
I don't think Captain America either.
there's 4 Thor movies now, aren't there?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And they're not connected. Cap was one that I was trying to decide because
I think you could with one in
First
Winter
Avenger,
Soldier, but I feel
Winter
like
Soldier.
Civil War becomes just like Avengers Light.
yeah, but Civil War is tough because it's
It's
like
still dealing
showing
with Bucky
where
and stuff. Yeah.
it's showing where Cap is at, like as part of a team now.
Yeah. I guess the better way to maybe to think about it with the MCU is like I feel like you could probably watch Iron Man 1 through 3 without having watched other Marvel stuff and get like something pretty cohesive. You could probably get that with Guardians. I guess you can maybe get that with Cab 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I think because it's really just following him, and yeah, there are a bunch of other characters that show up in the same way that if you watch a movie, a sequel to a movie, you know, they'll add quote unquote new characters.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be like the sequel takes place the next minute the movie left off. Like time passes in sequels, like things happen.
You know what's wild to me is that James Cameron wants to make fucking 17 Avatar movies, but he couldn't close out the Terminator fucking thing. Yeah, whatever it is, but he couldn't close out fucking Terminator.
He made T2 and was like, I don't want to make any more of these fucking movies. That was perfect.
Yeah, right.
Wait, there's
and that's what you're going to make more movies.
No,
there's only two
Terminator.
Okay.
He was only involved.
He made the first two, didn't he?
Yeah, he made the first two.
He made T2 and was like, nope, I'm done. That was perfect.
Are there more than...
And they were like, no.
Are there only 3
I actually kind of
movies?
like T3. There's a bunch.
No.
Well, no,
Are there
Alien
more
Resurrection.
Alien.
Alien 1, 2, and 3.
Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection.
How did Resurrection come out much later?
Prometheus and Bob.
A little bit, yeah.
How much later was the Resurrection? Was it also Ridley Scott or no?
No.
I mean,
I don't.
James Cameron did Aliens.
I was going to say
James Cameron. What did Ridley Scott do?
Ridley Scott did the
Alien.
He did the first one.
Oh, okay.
And then James Cameron did the second.
Interesting. Because I was going to say, I mean, I don't know what this...
I think all of those movies are different directors.
They are, because David Fincher did Alien 3.
And somebody we know did 4. Resurrection was somebody that... Was it Joss Whedon? It was somebody...
Like
it was somebody that we've recently talked about, I feel like.
I couldn't tell you anything about the Alien movies, but I mean, if Aliens, and Alien 3 told a cohesive story, then you could probably call that a trilogy.
Alien
for that
3
reason.
is kind of overhated. It's kind of good for what it was. It was like has flashes of good David Fincher movies in it, but I don't think overall it's a great movie.
Which one was 3? Was 3 the prison camp?
3's the one when they're in the prison where they're being hunted, but yeah.
I was gonna say Shrek, and then I realized there was a 4th movie, and I'm mad about that now.
Oh, what about Cars?
There are 3 Cars movies.
Perfect.
Oh, weird. You know who
Mike,
directed?
Cars, another one with spin-offs. Isn't Planes a spin-off of Cars?
Planes is
it is a
kind of,
spin-off of Cars. It is Disney's way of trying to get around the Pixar thing when they didn't have Pixar.
The director of Alien Resurrection is Juan Pierre. I can't even say his last name, but it's the director of Amelie. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that movie, Amelie.
Yeah.
I've seen that cover of the DVD box.
And Paul W.S. Anderson was AVP. I think that's what I was thinking of when we were having that conversation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, is there like a definitive place anyone's stepping down and say like, this is my favorite trilogy?
No.
It's either Back to the Future or the Nolan Batman for me.
For me, it's Back to the Future or Naked Gun, probably.
I'm surprised because I would probably say Lord of the Rings, or I would say original Star Wars trilogy. I'm surprised.
I'll be honest, I disliked Return of the King enough that I can't add that as my...
Yeah.
And I just, like, I don't have a problem with you saying that the Star Wars trilogies are trilogies, but I can't think of them as separate entities anymore.
That's fair.
Because we've gone too far.
So far, yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this point, too, there's like everything that they've done.
There's movies that come before them. There's movies that come after them.
So
there's series that are
more.
weaving into them. It's, I mean, if we're doing that, then New Hope, Empire, Return, or
even though I think I like... I don't know. I have a weird love for Return. I don't think Return is necessarily a good movie, but I really like Return of the Jedi. Like Return of the Jedi might actually be like my top like 3 Star Wars. I think for me, and Dom's gonna get mad at me, is gonna be.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have a bad take right here.
It's probably gonna be like
it's gonna be Last Jedi.
No,
Jedi.
it's probably Empire, Last Jedi, and Return of the Jedi. Those are probably my like top 3.
I probably have the most ridiculous top Star Wars movies. It's Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, and Solo.
I mean, Solo is good, but
take.
top 3 Star Wars, I don't know about that.
It is a take.
It's a hard take, trust me, I know.
I would say Rogue One.
I like Rogue One a lot.
Rogue One's there for me. Empire is probably there for me.
Mm-hmm. I like A
And
New Hope,
then-
but like,
and then I have to.
like
New
I,
Hope's so boring
I
to
like
me.
A New Hope, but like I don't at this point find myself wanting to watch A New Hope often. Like I'll watch it if it's on, but like
That's
if I'm
fair.
gonna throw on an old Star Wars movie, it's gonna either be Empire or Return of the Jedi. Like that's I'm probably never choosing A New Hope unless I'm specifically watching all three of the movies. I think that's probably where I would fall on that.
Yeah, I would put Rogue One. I feel like
I
I
do
feel
like
like-
that. I do like that. Disney hates Rogue One so much, and
Oh, do they
three
really?
of the four of us have Rogue One
It's
as
Wait,
like our top movie.
why do they not like Rogue One?
They didn't. They originally didn't even want to release Rogue One the way that it ended up being released. I'm
bleak.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Who directed
They
Rogue
wanted-
One? It
don't
wasn't
remember
Favreau,
who directed
right?
Was it Sam Mendes? I don't even. Sam?
no. Shit, I definitely know who the director is.
Yeah.
I do too.
I'll look it up. I can tell you when you want to know. I have it right here.
That is.
Yeah, who was it? Because I'm not gonna.
Gareth
think-
Edwards.
Okay,
Those other
yeah.
movies.
Godzilla 2014.
Ugh.
Monsters,
What's Monsters?
a British movie.
I feel like we'll catch some flack from people because no one said the Ocean's trilogy. I'm joking. I'm
There's
joking.
4 movies.
First one's
Oh, there's
awesome.
4.
First one's great.
I feel like people do
Are you
love those
counting
movies.
Ocean's 8?
Well, I
Yes.
don't fucking know what any of this
Okay.
shit is.
First
Uh,
Ocean
I guess
movie
that's
is
technically a
good.
spinoff, right?
but
I think it's more of a spinoff.
the Toby Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
Three
The
takes,
third one is
three-
bad.
third one's bad. It's really
The third
good.
one-
I have not watched those movies. I couldn't even. I actually don't know if I've ever even seen the third one. The third one is Pizza Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I saw
third
that
one
in
is-
IMAX. Jordan's
Who,
IMAX.
who else is
I-
in that movie? Is Franco
Topher?
in that movie?
Franco's in it. Yeah, he's
Topher,
a brother.
Franco,
Kirsten Dunst.
I don't
Kirsten
know.
Dunst, yeah.
Honestly,
Uh,
that
guy-
movie is like
guy-
erased from my
uh,
memory.
the
Bryce
Jewish
Dallas
family
Howard.
that lived next door.
Yeah.
What is the best one out of that trilogy? 2?
Two.
Oh yeah,
Two.
Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah.
Brennan, you didn't see the third one with us?
Yeah, I feel like you must have
Oh,
seen
then
it.
yeah, I probably did. I just like I've
You don't
definitely.
remember emo Peter Parker?
Everybody's different.
No, I do remember that. But it's also like all that stuff is such meme fodder on the internet. I feel like you have
Everything
to
about
know
that.
it.
I don't know. I just like. I don't know. You know what? You know what trilogy I
Oh
will
wait,
go to bat
Spider-Man
for?
3. I'll tell you. if I
Last
saw it.
Stand brings that trilogy into a nice.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Fuck. You know what?
Yep.
We're
Those
forgetting
X-Men.
something.
Go ahead.
Oh,
actually have
Spider-Man
to-
3 came out in 2007. Yes, we were definitely late to graduation. I think.
No, we weren't. No, I remember this one specifically. We watched it a midnight show the day before we had the walkathon, so we had to get up the next day and
Okay.
fucking walk for 3 miles.
What movie?
Okay.
What movie were we? What movie made us late for graduation?
Pirates of the
We
Caribbean.
weren't late.
Pirates
we
of
weren't
the
late for
Caribbean.
graduation. We left graduation very early to go watch.
No,
Pirates
we
of
were
the Caribbean.
late.
That
We were
also
late
was
because
a,
your car
also-
fucking tried to kill us.
that also was a trilogy at one point.
I
It
forgot one.
is no longer.
That's probably in my top 3. Die Hard trilogy.
Aren't
Not
there
trilogy.
more
Oh,
now?
Another
wait.
one that's
yeah,
not a trilogy
fuck,
anymore.
Yeah, fuck. I
No.
actually like Live Free or Die
It's-
Hard too. I think that movie's great.
It's tough because like there's a bunch of those where I'm like, yeah, that was a good trilogy. That's not a trilogy anymore.
So I
Yeah,
just before we wrap this up, just in case we missed stuff, I pulled up Empire's list of the 33 greatest movie trilogies. So I'll just name things. They have
I'm surprised Todd didn't go to bat for Beyond. What's it called? After Sunrise, After Sunset, something. I don't remember.
I've only seen the first 2. I haven't seen the last one.
Yeah, go ahead.
They have the Jersey trilogy at the bottom of the list. Hannibal Lecter trilogy. I thought
at
they
the
were
bottom of the list or the top of the list?
33. They're at number 33.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Red,
I- it-
Dragon,
I thought there were
Hannibal,
more movies
Silence of
than
the
3,
Lambs.
but
Oh, Red Dragon's so underrated too. That movie's so good.
I thought there was more than 3 too, but I could be wrong.
I mean, there's shows that go in with it now, so I don't know if that throws your mind off.
the Ingmar Bergman trilogy. I don't know what that is.
Damn it.
Through a
I know
Glass
that.
Darkly,
What's the
Winterlight,
name?
and the Silence. No idea.
I'm
So
not
this
that
is
much
this is the
cinephile.
other thing. When you guys were talking about this earlier, I did look up like trilogies, and this is what happens often on the things I kept reading. So like at number 30, they have Mission Impossible 1 through 3, which is like obviously Mission Impossible is not a
That's
trilogy
bullshit,
anymore.
though. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Like, do those 3 movies specifically tell a very cohesive story in that universe? I have no idea. I don't.
I don't believe so. I don't
I don't
believe
know.
so.
Fucking Ocean's movies don't tell a cohesive story. It's just them robbing banks or robbing casinos.
I also think this one is not actually a trilogy. The Trilogy of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. Aren't there like remakes and new movies in that?
Yeah, but I think that could count as a trilogy
Okay.
because like if there's
Yeah.
remakes, that's like not like yeah.
Yeah.
It's not part of it. It's like a new series.
The newer movies are the newer
Those movies
continuing.
are good, but they're tough to watch because the makeup of the zombies in those movies is just like gray paint on their face, and it's like it's tough to like
watching the original Night of the Living Dead too. At the end, like you watch the end and you're like, holy shit! I can't believe they fucking got away with this shit.
Right.
That's the one with the baby.
Which
No,
Doesn't
the
matter.
first one ends with. Is it the first one ends with the black guy coming out of the house and they shoot him?
I have no idea.
now you get me questioning everything.
Or it's
picturing some
woman
scenes from
runs
the
out of
mall.
the house and they shoot her.
Which one's the mall one too?
That's Dawn of the Dead.
It's on
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. There's still some bad
the
CGI.
Mariachi trilogy.
I love those, but I don't think the last one's good.
Which
Like
one's the
El
Mariachi
Mariachi.
trilogy?
El Mariachi,
Mariachi,
Desperado, and
and,
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Oh, okay. I the what do they call those? The Fistful of Dollars. The trilogy
Oh,
was
the man with no name.
the Man with No Name trilogy is really good too.
The episode of fucking
Community.
no, the fucking episode of fucking This Is the Way. The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
That Robert Rodriguez directs is so good. I love that episode.
Is it a more recent one?
I don't know. It
Is that worth it?
second season. How many seasons are there? 3?
3.
I think.
Yeah, I think it was in the second season. The Millennium Trilogy. The girl with the dragon tattoo, the girl who played with fire, the girl who kicked the hornet's nest.
I never
I'm
watched
still
it. Or
I'm
read
still
them.
pissed because I thought the David Fincher Girl with the Dragon Tattoo was a phenomenal movie, and I'm so mad that it didn't do well enough for them to warrant making the sequels. And I'm so fucking pissed about that.
Aren't those based off books though? Aren't they like all
Yeah.
3 books? All right.
I think it was like a Swedish movie that the ones you said. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
The Blade Trilogy.
No. First two are great. The Trinity's horrible.
The third Trinity is great for its like extracurricular stuff.
Yeah.
How Wesley Snipes wasn't on set for like a majority of the film. I don't think him and Ryan Reynolds had any screen time together.
Right. They
like absolutely hate each other now.
The Mighty Ducks Trilogy.
Yo, give me.
Ooh, that is a good one.
3. 2's
Okay.
Knuckle Puck. What's 3? Oh, 3's the best one. That's the one where they actually play like serious hockey. Like 3's like the one where they stop doing like the goofy shit and they actually have to like win.
I was waiting it out for them to play legitimate hockey. He's like,
All
enough
right,
of
let's
this
get to
knuckle
ranked.
puck
He's like,
nonsense.
fuck
I
this.
want to see some real power plays.
This kid's skating out there with a lasso. What's going on? This isn't hockey.
Where's the ref?
Like an Austin Powers trilogy, which fuck. Okay, hold on. I gotta re-say. Best trilogies for me. Austin Powers might actually be the best trilogy. I fucking love Austin Powers.
Okay.
Mad Max trilogy.
Just own it.
But there's more movies now. Are they just reboots though?
No, that's
I don't know. I think
it's considered in that world. I think, right? Or
I think it's considered like it's either a reboot or a prequel of some sort, I think.
Okay. The Infernal Affairs trilogy.
Yeah, that's one I would need to watch still. I was gonna bring that up, but I have not watched any of them.
Terminator 1 through 3. X-Men 1
Nine.
through 3. You know what? Okay.
Wait a second. They
X-Men
listed
3 is like one of
the Terminator films after the X-Men films.
That's
Terminator
insane.
films are at 21. X-Men is at 20.
That's insane.
That's
I will
crazy.
say, I mean, we're coming up on 25 years on fucking X-Men 2 or X-Men 1, X-Men 2 TOO as well.
Yes,
I
X-Men
can't
was
imagine these
2000,
movies
right?
are good. Yeah, 2000. But I I feel like I'm kind of in the mood. You know what? Before Deadpool comes out, I think I might need to watch these 3 movies.
Do you know what happens when a toad is struck by lightning?
Same thing as everything else.
The Naked
it's a great
Gun
line.
trilogy. Is that what Todd said earlier? Naked Gun?
Naked Gun.
Yeah.
I've never seen those.
I gotta watch it.
They're funny, huh?
The
Leslie
Vengeance
Nielsen's
trilogy.
my favorite.
Vengeance trilogy?
That's Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Old Boy, and Lady Vengeance.
Weird. I didn't know that was
I
Okay.
did not know that was a trilogy, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, this is another one of those things where it has more movies, but Scream 1 through 3.
That
Yeah,
one
that's
is fair as a trilogy.
Is it the same
Yeah.
killer? Is it the same Ghostface or something?
No,
Well, I guess
4.
the same
Hard.
characters show up in like the current ones too.
Yeah, but 4 is like so far.
Are they all
Like,
Wes
so much
Craven
later.
movies or no?
Four was the first 3, I think.
First 3 are, it says, but I don't know if the
Four
other
might
ones
be.
are.
4 might be too. I think 4 might be. 4 is the one
He-
with Julia
no.
Roberts. Like,
No.
He died. When did he die?
Yeah, I think he was dead. 3 is the movie.
yes, on the movie set. Yeah. Yep.
I think 4 he was dead.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 was 2011. Oh no,
4 is the one.
he's in the movie.
Yeah, I thought he directed 4. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, he died in 2015.
Yeah. Okay, so he just didn't do anything after 4.
They list the Spider-Man movies. Then at 15, the prequels. I don't know about that, but
I'll let it slide.
well, Mike, you're a known
Films.
prequel fucking. Fuck, what did I watch recently? I watched something recently where they had a prequel reference, and I think it was just the character going Roger, Roger. Like it was. Well, I mean, it's just a Star Wars reference, but like I associate that
Yeah.
with the prequels more than anything else. What the
Well,
fuck was
those
it?
droids weren't
As you
in.
should. The B ones, yeah, the B ones were introduced. in
We're
the
not. They,
prequels.
yeah.
But have they not shown up in other things after the prequels?
Clone Wars.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're in some shows and
Clone
stuff.
Wars. They're in the games now.
Yeah, maybe it's just games and shit that I'm thinking of. Then it lists Die Hard 1 through 3, Pirates 1 through 3, Alien 1, S, and 3. The Three Colors trilogy.
The color purple.
Go ahead. What else you got?
I'm trying to think of another one that has a good color title. Red, and surprisingly
The boy
not red
in
too.
the blue pajamas.
It's a boy in the
is that a
striped
book?
pajamas.
There it
It's a
is.
boy in the striped pajamas.
It is
doesn't matter.
3 colors blue, 3 colors white, and 3 colors red.
Oh, like
don't
a
know.
flag.
I don't know anything about that. Evil Dead trilogy, Matrix trilogy, The Dollars trilogy, which is what
yeah.
Tom was mentioning earlier. Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
I guess also maybe a thing. Indiana Jones 1 through 3.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, that's also fair. Crystal Skull came out so much farther.
The Bourne trilogy.
Oh, there
Identity,
we go.
Supremacy Ultimatum.
There it is.
I mean, those
That's
are great, but they came out with a 4th, didn't they?
Yeah, but
They
it's
came out with the
not
fourth and a
Bourne.
spinoff.
No, they
There
came
was
out with
the-
a Bourne one too.
Oh, they did. Oh yeah, Jason
Yeah.
Bourne.
They did.
One.
They did a Runner, and then they did a Jason Bourne. Yeah.
Yeah, what was Renner's movie called? Bourne
Legacy?
Bourne. Oh, Legacy. Yeah.
Then we have Godfather trilogy.
Mhm.
Then we have
Part.
this one's for Dom, Toy Story trilogy.
Yeah, it's not a trilogy anymore. I again probably
As a
would have
trilogy,
included it.
yes, as a trilogy, it is great. As a movie with
The third one is definitely weaker, but it like wraps it up nice.
It's the third one when they're getting into the being pulled into the furnace near the end. And they go,
Yes.
okay.
Number 3 is Back to the Future.
Okay.
Number 2 is OG Star Wars trilogy. And number 1, can't be mad about it personally, is Lord of the Rings.
There you have it, folks.
I feel like I also had like video game trilogies we could have talked about, but we're way past that point. So maybe at some point we'll do a
What about
video game trilogy episode.
what about College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he never put out Good Ass Job, which was supposed to be the fourth, like, sequential album in that, like, line of, concept. I don't even think I could name another, like, good album trilogy like that. That's, like, specifically, like, a kind of a theme across albums. Like, Eminem has, like, sequels to
Marshmallow's
albums.
LP.
Yeah, but doesn't have, like, trilogy.
Blueprint.
Blueprint. Yeah, that's another one. It has proper sequels. Nas probably also does have. I think he does have some that are like considered like album sequels. And
Are we on the Carter 5 now?
I think
Carter
so.
6 actually. I think.
Oh, yeah.
So that's.
So he's got two. He's got two.
He's got two trilogies. Yeah. I can't think of another one. Food and Liquor only had 2, right? Or The Cool was only 2.
I think so.
Yeah, Food and Liquor, The Cool, right? Would those?
Didn't they have an underlying title part of those albums? Now I don't remember. Let me just look up Lupe's discography. Oh, okay. So there's Food and Liquor 2, the greatest American rap album. Maybe I'm just confusing songs because it doesn't have The Cool and then have The Coolest, 2 different songs. Maybe that's what I'm confusing.
I think so.
But
it's been a while since
but he does have a named album, Food and Liquor, and then Food and Liquors 2. So he has that at least. I'm just curious now. I don't want to do this for too long, but I'm just curious if I type in album
music trilogies,
yeah.
music album, yeah.
Because I'm sure there are probably other genres that maybe do have like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Some of the stuff is like weird. They're like calling stuff trilogies, and I'm not sure that there's an underlying theme.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. The first thing up here on Google, the 10 greatest album trilogies in music. It lists Fleetwood Mac, Leonard Cohen, The Stooges, 6 Tom Waits, Paul McCartney, Nick Drake, the Kanye West College trilogy, Funkadelic. I don't know what that is.
George Clinton, probably.
Where Fleetwood Mac?
They're calling Springsteen's first 3 albums a trilogy.
David Bowie apparently has the Berlin trilogy, and Bob Dylan has the 14th Month trilogy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's that. People like to classify things and put titles on things and group things together. So yeah, maybe we'll do it.
What about the Hobbit movies?
I've never
also
seen
trilogy.
I don't want to watch them.
Also trilogy based off of one book.
They were like, this book is so good, let's make 3 movies.
Let's do it 3 times.
And for Harry Potter and
Twilight and Hunger Games,
they were like, we want to make more movies, so let's make the last movie 2 movies.
I mean, I read the Hunger Games books and I read the Harry Potter books. I can see a case of like, yeah, we should probably split this story into 2 halves for the last Harry Potter book. I don't know about Hunger Games, and I think they did with Divergent, but I think Divergent also like, just in terms of box office performance, people didn't care about it enough, and they just sort of gave up on doing that last one. I think they split the last one into
story.
I think they turned into a TV show. I'm not too sure. Something
Did
weird.
Maze Runner do
one.
the same thing?
I think they straight up gave up on Maze Runner.
Okay.
I didn't know the Hobbit movies reviewed poorly. I thought like people didn't like them, but I didn't realize.
Yeah, no, they didn't do great.
Desolation of Smog's the only one that did like somewhat decent.
That was the one with Benedict Cumberbatch in it.
He was a dragon, and he crawled around. He's like, "Oh, this is my gold," but like Benedict Cumberbatch says it.
Doctor Strange 3. He had 3 movies, right?
He did not.
Oh, is Multiverse the second one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does no one else in the MCU have a 3rd movie?
Spider-Man.
We listed a lot.
No, I mean we listed Iron Man,
Cap,
Cap,
Iron Man, Thor, Guardians.
Well, Thor has 4 now, so he's out.
I mean,
But yeah,
he has 3 movies.
That's true. I didn't even think about Spider-Man. So yeah, Spider-Man, or that Spider-Man specifically. Does Andrew Garfield have 3 movies? No, right?
No.
Um.
Stopped him at 2. Ant-Man does have 3.
Oh yeah, and I'm in the minority. I like those movies. Quantumania is not a great movie, but I do enjoy it. So
Quantumania is. You're right. Quantumania is not a great movie.
I know.
It's not a good movie.
You can enjoy bad things. I don't think it's like
it's not an okay movie,
but I enjoy it. I thought it was great. Maybe I just like Paul Rudd. I don't know. Who's to say?
I mean, I'll say Quantumania might be a fine movie.
Yeah, like I enjoyed it.
It's subpar.
I didn't walk out of watching Quantumania like disliking my time with the movie. Like I enjoy.
I
walked out and I was like, you know what I need more of? That little CGI butt waving around.
Why is Todd
Brenden with Ant-Man.
I don't know. I never have watched Oppenheimer, so I don't know. Is that a specific scene from the movie, or is that just like the joke?
He's not smiling. No, he's not smiling in the movie. That someone just added that smile.
Like, I'm not sitting here saying Quantumania is in my top 10 MCU movies. I enjoyed it for what it was, and I walked out of it fine.
Still haven't seen it.
I mean,
you're better off.
It's fine.
You're better off.
Listen, Paul Rudd, cold open, walking down the street, fucking, shaking people's hands, and they call him Spider-Man. I don't know. It's goofy. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, Todd, you can turn it on and watch that, and then once the title card, just turn it off.
Turn it off. You're basically caught up.
I mean, that's fine too. That's fine.
Todd, you watched Loki, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're all set. You don't need nothing. Nothing in that movie matters.
I mean, listen. Todd and Dom were singing the praises of Guardians 3, and I don't know if I sit up there in the rafters with them on that.
Okay, so we've established that you just have bad taste.
Wait,
I don't know what else.
Also, like Guardians 3, Mike?
Yeah,
I don't.
Mike
dislike
liked it more
Guardians
than I
3.
did.
Oh wow,
I don't
dislike it.
I came out of the movie not loving it, and I think the more that I think back on it, I'm like, all right, yeah, I did like it.
It was funny. I like those characters.
I thought I thought by the time we got to the third one and what they've done with Endgame and everything else, I was like, am I gonna really like this one? And I thought the pacing was awesome. I loved all the characters. It made me love all the characters again after kind of being pulled out of Marvel for a little bit. Yeah, it was good, and it kind of surprised me because nothing was spoiled in that movie for me going into it, which is shocking for me.
Yeah,
I thought for sure Todd would hate it. I thought for sure Todd would hate it.
Oh yeah. What I don't remember if I ever asked you what
I thought
it was
Guardians,
that you thought. There was something that Mike specifically was like, Todd's gonna hate it because of this, and I forget what it was.
I think, and I don't know if we want to say it out loud or not. It's
okay.
Yeah, just save that because I'm actually curious too, and we'll talk about it in a few minutes.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not saying Guardians 3 is a bad movie. I do not think it's a bad movie. Ant-Man, I can understand why people would say it's a bad movie. I don't think Guardians 3 is bad.
Did you like?
I think I just still like Guardians 1 the best.
Did you like? Yeah, that's okay. That's a fine take.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
if anyone's gonna argue with you.
But
about
I'm in the post Endgame because that's Todd's biggest gripe is I feel like I've enjoyed a lot of MCU things post Endgame. Are they great? Are they top tier MCU? I don't know about that, but I've enjoyed a lot of post Endgame MCU.
Before Endgame, I was kind of falling off a little bit with some Marvel stuff too. So it's not, this is the first Marvel movie I walked out of though, and I was like, I fucking loved it. It was great. Even Amanda, Amanda hasn't given a shit to watch any of the Marvel movies, and we watched it, and even she loved it.
What were you gonna ask me, Dom?
I don't know.
Something about Guardians.
I was gonna say, did you like Guardians or? All right, let's do. Did you like Guardians or Quantumania more?
I I probably like
You're
Guardians
taking too
more.
long. You're
I
taking
probably
too
like Guardians more. Yeah, but the thing is like,
Did you like Guardians?
I also
or...
think that like the first Ant-Man movie might actually be in my top 10 MCU. I really like the Ant-Man movies. I think they're
but I didn't
movies.
ask you about those ones.
I know.
I asked you about Quantumania.
I know.
Did you like Guardians or Love and Thunder more?
Guardians 3, you mean?
I forgot about
Yes,
Love and Thunder. I
Guardians
tried to
3.
erase that.
Love and Thunder is another one where there were parts of that movie that
You're taking too long to answer.
I really did not like. But I liked a lot of that movie. But I probably like bar for bar, like beat for beat, Guardians I probably like better.
Did you like?
I like Multiverse better. Yeah, I can save you that one. I think I like Multiverse of Madness a lot. I think that movie.
I actually was gonna not bring that one up. There was another one that I wanted to bring up, but I can't remember which.
I don't like
it was.
Eternals more. Shang-Chi, I would probably have to watch both movies again to have like a real take on that because I do kind of like
fair.
Shang-Chi.
That's fair. I liked Shang-Chi as a film.
I still don't think I love No Way Home as most people did, but I do like that movie. I would think that might edge it out for me. I think that might be I might enjoy that film more than Guardians 3. Trying to think what else came out. Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like Wakanda Forever. Yeah,
I liked it. But that movie also again like kind of gets a similar problem that like I'm sure Nolan had to deal with
changing it up. I think they
the direct
forced the Ironheart in there though, and like I feel like Ironheart did not.
No,
fit
I
in
liked
that
her.
movie
I think she was good.
I just didn't think it belonged in that movie. Like I feel like they were trying to throw that character in, and that character did not need to be in that movie at all.
Did the character need to be in there? Probably not, but I didn't hate the character being there.
I read that the original plot was going to be, since the first movie was about a father losing his son.
Yeah.
The second movie was going to be about a father gaining a son.
Yes.
It was going to be him finding out that...
Yeah.
I forget the director's name. What was the director's name?
Ryan Coogler?
Ryan Coogler. Yeah, I think he's like come out and said that was the plot of the film.
The plot was that he was going to come back from the snap and find out that he had a kid.
Yeah, which... I mean, I also just like Chadwick. I think Chadwick was a good actor. So, like, I don't know. That's just like an unfortunate, like, they have to make a sequel because this is a big machine. So, like, they got to kind of, like, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I like a lot of what that movie did. And, I mean, I'm a sucker for, again, there was a fight scene in Boston. I don't know. With fucking Sitco sign in the background. It was the dumbest shit in the world, but whatever.
Yeah, and a whale.
That's there's a fucking whale there because the Atlantans.
Boston whale.
No, they brought it there. Atlantans? Where are they from?
They're from Atlantis in the movie.
This one they call it's a different place, so I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
Something.
I don't remember. They call him Kukulkan.
I don't know. Guardians.
He's still the best part of the movie, and he wasn't even in the movie. So.
Guardians 3 is fine. I'll watch it again. Is it on Disney Plus yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Finally on it, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how you watched it. Yeah, I'll watch it again at some point because I mean I do like the Guardians like as characters, and in same thing with 3. I think Drax like fucking like they're all good. It's a good ensemble cast, but like I think Drax and fucking Mantis are hilarious. I also really like the fucking stupid Christmas special. That was fantastic.
I like Nebula a lot too, and I've never really kind of liked.
Oh, I've always liked Nebula's great.
Nebula is a great
addition to the team.
Yeah, I was gonna try to phrase it in a way that I could add companion into the sentence. And
listen, how you got? You know what? Maybe I'll start with Doctor Who maybe I'll start with Karen Gillan's.
There you go. Just jump right in the middle of a reboot of a show.
Why not? Anyways, I think we're done because we're gonna talk about this shit forever. So we'll move on. We'll talk about video games at some other time, trilogy wise, because I know Todd probably will just be like, "Oh, Max Payne 3." Right? There's definitely no other trilogy that Todd likes more than Max Payne trilogy.
Oh, see, I was gonna say that's not even the first one that came to my mind, but that's obviously up there.
What? Right, as a tease, BioShock. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. I mean.
I'm trying to think. What
is it? BioShock 1, 2, Infinite? Is there a BioShock 3? I don't even fucking know.
No, it's just BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite.
Anyways, before we wrap things up, as we always do with the video game trivia game at the end of the show, you can support us in a few different ways. Thank you, first of all, for listening to episode 381 of the Pass Control Podcast. If you want to help us out, you want to support the show, a couple of easy ways to do that and free ways to do that. Subscribing to us on your favorite podcast platform. We are everywhere you listen to podcasts. We are also put the video version live on Twitch at twitch.tv/passcontroller. We record live every week when we record. That also goes on to YouTube later. So if you want to watch us record the podcast live, you can do that by going to twitch.tv/passcontroller. If you want to watch the episode or not live, but watch the episode after, you can watch it on our YouTube channel. If you want to continue to listen to the audio version, that is, of course, totally fine. Just make sure you hit that subscription. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review on your podcast platform of choice. Those things are super easy to do, take no time at all, and they are very beneficial in helping us continue to grow the show. So we appreciate you if you did that. If you don't, or if you do, want to spend some money and help support us, you can do that in a few different ways. You can buy some swag at passthecontroller.threadless.com. You can become a patron at patreon.com/passthecontroller, or you can subscribe to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/passcontroller. We appreciate you. We thank you so much if you take the time out of your day to do any of those things to help us out. But without further ado, the scoreboard for the year has Dom and Todd tied yet again at 34 and Mike at 24. I figured, since there's been some grumbles about some recent games,
Thank fucking God.
we're going to bring it back a third time. We're going to play No Yes Guess. We're going to play a little game we have taken a break for a few weeks called Answer Unlocked. If it's your first time listening to the show, the way this works is I will read the trophy/achievements for games, and the first person to guess the game correctly gets the point. First game. Even Scarlet didn't get all the blank. You're truly a blank knight of legend.
What game are we playing?
Answer Unlocked. I'm reading the achievements/trophies.
What was the achievement? The title?
Big Adventurer.
Big Adventure.
You've got potential, Squire. Faced
Wait a
off.
second. What was that even Scarlet thing?
I was reading the description of the trophy/achievement.
Oh, okay.
Castle Crashers.
Sorry.
Incorrect. I'll
Elden Ring.
read the first one again because I feel like everyone's all
Elden
frazzled.
Ring.
I
Elden Ring.
wasn't paying attention, to be fair, at all. So.
Even Scarlet didn't get all the blank. You're truly a blank knight of legend. Big Adventurer. Going for it, I'll read the title of it first, unless it's a spoiler. You've got potential, Squire. Faced off against the master of the uproar on the soaring summit. You do need the full title of this game. Metameric Milady cleared the colossal canopy of its pest problem. Sonar So Good defeated the bringer of nightmares at the bottom of the ocean. Crash Override cleaned.
Is it Psychonauts 2?
Incorrect. Crash Override cleaned up Naomi's code. Vex.
No, just read it because it doesn't matter.
No, Mike. Benicio del Toro is not in this game.
Oh, okay.
I mean, actually, I have no idea whose voice is anything. So,
Swear, he's in this game.
yeah. Ernest is not in this. Vex Vanquisher triumphed over the vile Vex at the very center of blank.
Destiny 2?
What was it?
Destiny?
No.
Destiny 2?
Incorrect.
Destiny.
Metal
Incorrect.
Gear Solid 2.
I was heard
don't
the
know what
Vex.
these
I
games
heard
are
the
called.
Vex, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, you wouldn't say that though. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I would know if it was Destiny, I wouldn't have read that.
Yeah.
Verified Vex Vanquisher defeated Vex, destroyed the topsy-turvy, and saved blank. Daydream Believer pushed back the uproar for the first time. Book of Dreams. Collect all the stickers in a single world.
Is it Battle Network?
Incorrect.
It's not Psychonauts. I feel like
Squired up. Discover the trials of the blank knights.
Um,
Out of bounds. Pick up and throw 30 of Vex's minions to their doom.
I can't remember the name of this game. And I think I know what it is, and I'm gonna be fucking so pissed when someone else guesses it.
Pop and Lobber. Defeat 30 of Vex's minions from a distance.
it's not what I forgot.
Multitasking. Defeat multiple minions simultaneously 10 times. Bounder. Defeat 30 of Vex's minions by bouncing on them.
What?
Stunner. Stun
Oh,
30.
is it Brutal Legend?
Incorrect. Now I have to skip. I have to change the second game.
Really?
Stunner. Stun 30 of Vex's minions. Fashionista. Complete your first costume. Remix Master. Earn a gold rank in any remix level. I fear we have started on Devil Horns. Knights of Gold.
Yeah, like that, though.
Earn a gold rank in any of the blank. In any blank night trial. Cut it out. Complete highs and glows without throwing the whirl tool. Slide away. Over the course of your adventure, collect 3,000 points while sliding. Bubble Binger. Collect a full chain of timed score bubbles 30 times. Gymnastic Fantastic. While in the air, perform 4 actions before touching the ground.
Oh, is it Sonic Unleashed?
Incorrect. BRB. Pick up and hold on to a Bumblebee hive for 60 seconds. Buddy Beater. In multiplayer, get the top score on the scoreboard 20 times.
Rayman Legends.
Incorrect. Thespian. Create your own custom emote in ZomZom Shop, then show the world. Icon of Style. Save a custom-made costume to your wardrobe.
Is it Battle Block Theater?
Incorrect. Let's twist again. In multiplayer, start a dance party with your friends. Up high. In multiplayer, high five with a friend.
Huh, so those two, this sounded familiar.
Sore winner. In multiplayer, clobber one of your chums as the champ. Stop thief. In multiplayer, snatch an item from the clutches of another player.
Those all sound really familiar.
Slap attack. Simultaneously slap each other. Beast of Burden. In multiplayer, get gold in any blank night trial while carrying another blank. Mike's very sleepy.
Yeah.
Fun
Cool.
multiplied. In multiplayer, complete a teamwork level. Capitalist. In multiplayer, snag the most collectibles in a level 20 times. Savior. In multiplayer, save your fallen friends from certain doom. Naturalist. Find
I'm thinking about night still, and I'm being thrown off because you said all that night shit.
Naturalist. Find all of Gerald's secret spots.
Oh, The Witcher. Gotcha. That had multiplayer, right?
Player's player. Find and pick up every fish, paintbrush, and cocktail umbrella on your journey. Amazing Ace. Ace 30 levels by completing them without dying. Best Friends. In multiplayer mode, earn 10 Ace level goals. Walk-in wardrobe. Fill your wardrobe with 300 costume pieces. Master of One. Get a golden level badge by completing all the level goals for a single level. Multi-master. Achieve all of the level goals for 10 different levels. Best friends forever. Team up to take down the topsy-turvy.
Is it Rayman 3?
Incorrect.
Is
Wonder
it
Plane.
Rayman 2?
It's not a Rayman game. Wonder Plane workout. Show off what you've earned and finish the Wonder Plane's final challenge. Golden Boy. Earn gold on the scoreboard in 50 different levels.
Multiplayer achievements sound familiar, but have we played this? Yeah, I'll answer that.
String it together. Get a gold on the Knitted Knights Ultimate Trial.
Oh, is it Overwatch?
No,
Imagine.
it's Overwatch 2.
R.I.P.
I'm back at the top. Big Adventurer. Even Scarlet didn't get all the trophies. You're truly a knitted knight of legend.
Yoshi's Woolly World.
It's I know what it is, but I need to make sure that I say the right title. So you
Yes,
can keep reading if you
need to
want,
get
but I
the
know
full
what it
title.
is.
I was gonna
Is
say
it-
Scribblenauts,
is
but
it-
that doesn't have achievements, right?
Is it Sackboy: A Big Adventure?
Bang. Dom gets the point.
Thank you.
It is Sackboy
Mhm.
for PS5.
Okay, so none of those achievements. I was just lying then, saying they sounded familiar.
I mean, I'm sure other Little Big
Probably
Planet
similar to
achievements
the other
sound-
Sackboy. Yeah.
Okay, I need to change the game. Okay. Okay.
I don't know why the knitted thing didn't go into my head until you reread it. And I was like, oh shit. What characters of games are like made of yarn?
Unravel.
Huh?
Is there a game called Unravel? It's like these
Oh
guys
yes,
made
there
a
is. Yep.
Game number 2. Platinum. Get all trophies.
Okay.
You are ready. Finish
Halo.
the tutorial. Incorrect.
I thought he was.
Everyone knows
Yeah,
why that's
yeah.
funny, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
100 million. Get total score 100 million or more. Day and night. Get total played time 24 hours or more. Traveler. Get 100 kilometers traveled blank distance or more. Hope. Get rank S on at least 15 different levels on expert difficulty. No mistakes. Get full combo on at least 15 different levels on expert difficulty. Precision. Get rank S on at least 15 different levels on hard difficulty. Cuphead? Incorrect. Drum kit. Get full combo on at least 15 different levels on hard difficulty.
Rock Band. I'm just gonna say Rock Band. I'm tired.
Incorrect.
Rock Band 3.
Incorrect. Expert. Clear any level on expert difficulty without any modifiers.
DJ Hero.
Incorrect. Supreme. Get full combo on any level on expert difficulty without any modifiers.
Oh, Beat Saber.
It is indeed Beat Saber. Mike gets the point.
I was like trying to think of like S ranked games, and I'm like, what the fuck is? I'm like, couldn't think. Nothing would pop into my head.
That's why I went right to Cuphead before we got
Yeah.
any further.
Yeah.
Cuphead is a good guess for some of that. I was assuming
You said World Traveler, so I like immediately got all the music games out of my head.
Yeah. So the
Any
world.
achievements I've unlocked on fucking Oculus 2, I fucking never look at.
Yeah, I mean, I initially played Beat Saber on PlayStation, so that's where I knew some of those names. Mike, you too, right? Yeah.
What?
You would have
the name of
on
the-
PlayStation.
I did, but I don't. I don't remember any of those achievements
Yeah.
at all. The wording made sense with how Beat Saber works, but I didn't remember. I don't even know if I even got those achievements.
Yeah, for the world, I'm sure you got some of these, Mike. I mean, you definitely got some of these just playing the game.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe not like the full combo expert stuff, but like some of the other ones you definitely got. Because I definitely have them. All right. I need to change this last one since you guys say too many games, and I don't need those names of games that were potentially up here to continue to.
I should just get an automatic point for guessing the game that you didn't even say. Once before.
All right. What's the next game, Todd? Guess it.
I already did. I got Brutal Legend. Fucking.
No, you don't get bonus points. Yeah, I can put it. You want me to put a parentheses point so you can cry about
No,
that one
no,
point?
no.
Jeez. I was playing a Switch game that has internal. It's a Nintendo game that has internal achievements, and I was debating if at some point I was going to do one of those, but I feel like none of you are going to ever think to do that. I feel like it just makes it too complicated.
I was actually waiting for you. I mean, you haven't played it yet, but I just 100%ed Illusion Island. So I was like waiting for it. Has accomplishments.
Okay. What was I playing? I think I was playing this Kirby Return to Dreamland or something, and it has like it calls them achievements, or maybe it was Luigi's Mansion 3. But one of those games has like it calls them achievements, and I was like, should I pull this out? But I mean,
yeah, Illusion Island calls them accomplishments, but they flash on the top like on the thing
achievements.
as you.
Yeah. All right, let me pull this up. Do that. Do this. And we will choose.
And here we go.
I think we'll do this. I don't know if anyone's going to get this, though.
Oh,
We'll run
here
through
we
this
go.
quick, and if no one gets it, then I'll pick a different game. Game number 3. Feathers Forever. Find every feather.
Oh, that's easy.
Hawk Peak.
That's Assassin's Creed 2.
Incorrect. Hawk Peak. Make it to the top of the mountain.
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Bumpy's Night.
I heard Assassin's Creed and Bumpy's Night. Those were wrong. Did you say something too dumb?
The Pathless.
Incorrect. Feather Finder. Collect 10 golden feathers.
Assassin's Creed 3.
It's not an Assassin's Creed game. The fish are biting today. Trade every species of fish. Parkour Master. Beat each parkour race once. Crispy. Eat a piece of toast. Remember this day forever. Get the commemorative hat. The end. Take a nice long nap. Only you can prevent campfires. Put out 4 campfires. Not a scratch. Complete the boating challenge in under 45 seconds.
That's fast.
Photo friends. Get your photo taken. Green thumb. Water every spout. Sorry, sprout. I don't know. I feel like maybe none of you have played this game besides me.
Can you
so
say the first one again?
it might not. We might have to skip this one.
Collecting feathers sounds super familiar, but I don't know.
I don't know if any of you.
Oh,
I
short
thought
hike.
maybe. Wait, what?
I just started playing it on Xbox.
Oh yeah,
On
it is.
Game
It is
Pass.
a short hike. Okay.
Oh,
There we go.
That is a.
That's why I asked you.
I don't think I played Short Hike though.
It's really good, and it's on Game Pass now. It's
It's like a 2-hour, 3-hour
It's
game.
yeah,
too.
you can
It's
finish
like-
it quick, and it's really good. Yeah, that is a weekly reset. Everyone is up a point, so we're up to.
I have this like guilty thing of like every time a new Game Pass game comes out, I see how quickly I can get an achievement on fucking Game Pass. I'm like, do I stick with it or not?
Oh, you can There's a lot to do in there if you want to like 100% that game,
Yeah.
but you can beat that game quick. I think it's worth playing. It's pretty fun.
Because you have to get the golden feather to get past the fucking first part of the game. I think too. There's like yeah.
So that puts the scoreboard still Dom and Todd tied at 35 in first, and Mike with 25 hanging out below them. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode 381. Leave us a 5-star review, and we'll see you next time.